Good afternoon. Of course, we're back again. 2 weeks delay because people get sick. People are like blah. But welcome. Beautiful Saturday afternoon. The sun is shining. No wind. This is your host, Ron.
And I'm John, and welcome back to Real Talk Eastern Shore.
Yes, and I mean, I got reprimanded by our HR person about letting John talk about his name when we do the entrance because I did really bad and overlapped him several times. Which, I mean, I guess that's how it goes sometimes. I mean,
Sometimes we just can't stop you from talking.
well, I mean, today we're not in the metropolis of Denton. We're in the metropolis of Dover. So we're going to keep it kind of low key like we were, but we're a little bit more out there because we're outside enjoying the weather. It's 49 degrees today, I think it is.
46 right now.
46, and it don't feel bad at all.
Feels nice. No wind.
No wind, no bird. There is a couple birds here and there. Now, I will say this. The woodpecker visited me this morning. He was loud, though. It's like 7:30 in the morning. I heard him come outside real quick to walk the dogs, and I was like, where the hell is he? And he was like, probably like middle of the woods over there, which goes all the way to the next road. So you're probably like half a mile. You know what I mean? But he was saying hello to me, which I'm glad, So we don't have no fans today. No one, owls or geese, just a little bird here and there twerking or whatever, tweaking or whatever he's doing. I mean, it's hard to say around, it's in Delaware, so anything's possible. Do want to say, welcome back. We were on hiatus yesterday, not yesterday, but last week. Had some things come up. Things happen in life, and unfortunately,
Yeah, you had actually 2 weeks ago. You had something come up.
Yes,
Last week I was sick as a dog.
Yeah, so like we've been, we're we're on 3 weeks.
Yeah, we're on the third week.
Third week. That's good though, man, because someone can't miss you if you don't go away. You know what I mean? And I believe that. People say, "Oh, well, I love people's podcasts. I listen to them every week." Well, after a while, they get boring. I mean, just plain and simple. You can't miss somebody if they don't go away. So when they come back, you're gonna be there. You're gonna be like, "Man, I want to listen to these people." Is that a woodpecker again?
That's the woodpecker.
The woodpecker come back. My fan, I see you, buddy. I don't know where he is, but anyway. But yeah. So, being that said, a lot of things moving and shaking going on. Me and John, even though we've not been on the podcast for the last 2 to 3 weeks, a lot of things have been going on per se behind the scenes of the podcast and of what's going on in our business venture.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of research, and I'm going to tell you right now, man, I had never thought it would take this much research on just one topic. And I mean, I know you're a perfectionist. You like things a certain way, and you feel it's a perfection way.
That is why I get the numbers.
You get the numbers. Well, we need to get better numbers, but still.
No, we got good numbers.
Well, we always got good numbers, but I don't
mean on the podcast. I mean on the business numbers.
well, I understand. Well, the business numbers look really good. But besides that, I feel that we can do better with the business numbers. I feel we can do better with the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we have not hit our stride or our niche, and I think that's only a matter of time. With this retooling, rebranding we're doing, little things. And to be honest with you, we've invested a lot of time in the business side of venture, less on the podcast right now because this is something that is a very big breakthrough in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something that you're it's not a Aldi's or Acme going up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you live in our area, you probably haven't run into one of these.
Yeah, I will agree. I will. And if you have, it's just by accident.
Yeah, you're probably driven far enough.
Yeah. And if you ran by it, you probably didn't realize it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot that had to do with it, a lot of things that goes with it. And to be honest with you, there's some tiresome hours. I've been up since, this morning I've been up since 6. But there was one day I couldn't sleep. I couldn't go back to sleep. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I just did research. That's all I did. I was looking through things and, comparing and, what'd be best for us, what wouldn't be best for us, stuff like that. And I mean, the business portfolio that is going to have to be written is going to be huge. Um, and we're going to have to put a lot of time and effort in it. And once that happens, at least the one good thing is with the business portfolio, like I think the podcast will come right with it. And that's when it'll start jumping really high. We'll get at our peak where we want to be. Um, we always want more, and they say, greed is an ugly color, but at the same time,
We ugly.
we can be really ugly. I mean, knowing the story of, the first podcast of where you came from
Hmm.
and literally, where I came from, which, if you made over $25,000 a year, like you're almost rich. You know what I mean? Because there was just no money involved in that town. And now, we've done really good for ourselves, but we want more. We're hungry. We want our plate full. We want to eat that plate, at the end of the day. And, we provide. We want to provide for our families. We want to provide for everyone, is around us, and make it, fun and enjoyable and excitement. So, like, that's a big thing where we're at right now with that business adventure. And it's still going to keep on going with the research and make sure that when we do it, it's going to be done right.
Hmm.
No, like, okay, well, we're going to do half-ass work. There's no way we can do half-ass because once we're in, we got to go 100%.
Yeah, because this is our actual life and our family's lives on the line when we
That
started.
That's correct because, I mean, it's not like I can go out here and go buy a lawnmower, couple, weed eaters and say, I'm a landscaper, I'm a lawnmower, whatever. I mean, granted, it costs money,
Hmm.
but you're going to get your revenue right back. This is going to cost a lot of money, and it's going to be very expensive first dive. But if everything goes right, I think we'll be very successful at the end of the day. And we do hope that everyone kind of prosper, and when that happens, there will be talks about it, and we'll talk about it more and more, and we'll talk about what it is. And that's the thing, we're being really hush hush about it because, like anything, you fear of the unknown or fear of failure. And you don't want, I was always taught, you don't speak about stuff that you do because when you speak about stuff that you do, it blows up in your face. And that's my biggest concern because, like, at any time, something can happen and just blow up in our face. And, I mean, we're literally putting our livelihoods online when we put this out there. So I mean, it's nothing illegal. I'll keep that abreast of everybody. Let everyone know. It's just very top secret, not top secret, but it's just if we want to do it, we need to do it our way. And we want everyone to prosper in the whole situation. We want to have fun and enjoy it. And hopefully that'll be a catalyst to where our next business venture will be afterwards, and if it's successful. So with that being said, how was your last couple weeks?
Well, my last couple of weeks were actually, well, as always, pretty good. We had some weird stuff happen at work. We ended up getting two interns from the high school, not the local high school, but the one like a county away.
Mm-hmm.
And because they had taken a biomedical class in their school and wanted some credits towards their graduation, I guess. But they didn't know that the same biomedical class that they take in school is not biomed.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same thing. They're talking about nurses and doctors in their school.
Mm-hmm.
We work on machines. So
you did grunt work.
we all do the grunt work.
Gotcha.
So they're pretty much up until on Monday they'll actually be going to a different department.
Okay.
But for the last 2 weeks, they've just been sitting in our office watching
Netflix.
Grey's Anatomy.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I mean, so you just sit there and get credit for it, correct?
Yeah, they have to do about 2 or 3 hours every day.
Okay, so they come from the high school, come there, do their thing, and they leave.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. So you guys still down 2 people, I guess.
One.
One. now?
No.
No, it was one.
It was always one. We never lost a second person.
Oh, okay. They must have gave him more money.
No. They just didn't hire him where he applied.
That'll do it. That'll do it. I think
I don't think he wanted to leave anyway.
it. That's the thing. It's just like we've talked about business ventures. It's hard to walk away of something you're comfortable with
Hmm.
and you're complacent with because change is scary. No matter how you look at it. Classic example. When you buy a house.
Yeah.
You know for God that you want to buy a house. You need a house. But where does the line stop where you go, do I need that more expensive house or am I good where I'm at? And any kind of change it ticks off on it because it's just like buying a car. Your one car you had to get rid of, but if you remember it kind of blew up over in Easton.
Oh yeah, my old Impala. I was
Yes.
driving it.
It just
It
blew
just
up.
blew up.
And you went right into a car dealership and bought one.
Yep.
You know,
it blew
that
up. It blew up right in front of the dealership,
it was a sign.
and it
It was-
finally came back on. And I just drove over the median, and I need a new car.
that's a sign. That's a sign, in my opinion. You can't beat a sign like that. Like literally, it didn't give you a choice. That's the thing. So, that's a plus. I guess you kind of say it was the right place, right time.
Yeah.
But you were forced into that. You know, but when you're making a decision like that is life impacting, that's going to affect bills.
Mhm.
How much you can spend, what you can spend on, how you treat different things. It's very scary. It's just like when I bought this house. There's no way in my mind I'm thinking $300,000. I can't do this. I can't spend $300,000. But I pulled the trigger. I
Mhm.
said, which I shouldn't say that way, but I just said I'm going to do it, and I did it. And you know what? It doesn't keep me from doing what I want to do, but it does put limitations.
Mhm.
Because there's some limitations. Because if I didn't have this house, and say I had my smaller house, then I might been able to do a business venture already. But also at the same time, it teaches you a lot of things too. You know,
Yeah.
you enjoyed like I said that one meme I had. I'm trying to get home because I pay rent here. Why am I going to go out? I don't need to go out, man. Like this is my money right here. So why am I going to leave my house? Like why? That's something I don't understand too. Like I'm cool on going on vacations and leaving the stuff, but why do I want to go on a vacation when I own a house that cost me X amount of money, and I'm gonna spend more money to stay in some other place while my house is sitting there alone that I still gotta pay when I'm not there. You know what I mean? Like literally, I get we have to work and go to work, come back, go to work, come back. But why am I gonna go to the Poconos? Okay, I can go for a day or two. I'm cool with that. But why stay a week?
Yeah. No.
You know, go to Myrtle Beach. Let's go to the beach. Guess what? I got a beach 40 minutes away. Why do I need to go anyplace? You know what I mean? Oh, better yet, let's go to a peninsula. That's where we're at. And if you want to get technical, we're actually an island because the C&D Canal cuts over top Middletown. That goes all the way through, and an island, I do believe, if I want to be correct, surrounded by 4 bodies of water, correct? And a river is a body of water, correct?
I will let you know.
That's
Oh, it's a body of land surrounded by water all
yeah.
around.
Well, we are. If you want to get technical, because if you go from Virginia and head up the bay, there is nothing connects there from there, correct?
I don't know. I
No.
never.
I thought you were good at social studies or like history or like geometry.
World geometry.
Whatever it is, I don't know. Something come to my mind. I'm going to say it. You know what I mean? But honestly, like if you look at it, like the C&D Canal runs through Chesapeake City and Middletown. That goes and empties into the bay, Chesapeake Bay. So if that's the case, we're surrounded by 4 bodies of water, right? Is that?
No, I'm looking at a map. We are not completely surrounded by water.
Are you sure?
The eastern shore itself is not completely surrounded by water.
I call bullshit on that. I call bullshit on that because where's it not surrounded?
Newcastle. If you go up to Newcastle,
That's the C&E Canal. Where's it at? Right there. There it is. That river.
Oh,
That's
that
the
tiny
C and
little
D.
river.
It don't matter. It's still surrounded by 4 bodies of water, right?
Yeah.
It is. Like, listen, I'm politicking that the lower part of the eastern shore is not a peninsula. It is an island.
If you believe it's an island, go to our Facebook page and send us a message.
Yes, please, please do. Go look it up. You know what? When's the last time someone actually proposed a question like that? Like, seriously, because they call us a peninsula. But if you look at it, we're supposed to be surrounded by 3 bodies of water. That's what they say.
Surrounded
So,
all
away.
by water.
Yeah. Well, we're surrounded completely by water if you add the C and D canal. Because there's barges that go through there.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know of any barge that goes through the land and rides on the land and goes all the way to the next water because there's like water over here. Oh, we'll go through this guy's grass to make it there. It don't work that way. Like they got to be on the water, right? Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Yeah, no. You're right.
I think I am right. So you know what? I'm pronouncing it. The island of Delmarva. There we go. That's what we're going with. That's how we're going to be. Because if you look at well, hold on. So, does a bridge signify it not an island?
I don't think so.
So, if it doesn't,
Because it just connects
correct,
two lands.
correct.
Together.
So it should be an island, 100%. This is not up for discussion because it goes from the Delaware Bay to the Chesapeake Bay, I believe. I'm about 99.6% sure.
Well, there goes my whole belief system. No, I don't believe
well,
you.
I mean, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? I'm just spilling it out. I feel like, it's just like my theory on Ocean City. The only reason it's part of Maryland is because the taxes that come from there. Other than that, they would wish they was in Delaware. You know what I mean? Because you know how much taxes come out of there on the summer?
Oh, yeah.
That's a ton of money, man. Like, so, and you figure when they go across that bridge, that road 50 all the way down to Ocean City is packed all summer day. So like I can only imagine how much taxes they accumulate from the gas, from the stores, people stopping, people, restaurants and stuff like that, hotels. Like I just feel that's the only reason Maryland has Ocean City. They have that part of Maryland. There's not really much like on the northern part per se. Like there's Chestertown, but that's not really like a top 10 destination I would want to go to in Maryland. It's nice, don't get me wrong. Like I like the old town, how it's set, and everything looks like it's like 1360. But like, I just don't feel like that's a top 10, tourist attraction, because I remember at one point, if I remember correctly, weren't they talking about bringing the third span of the Bay Bridge to Chestertown?
Yes. About a decade ago. About 10 years ago.
Was it that long ago? Because I thought it was less than that.
No, because I was still working in Chestertown at the time. So it might have been like 8 years ago.
Okay, because was it going through,
It was supposed to go all the way to Rock Hall.
Can you imagine?
Which Rock Hall is the end, so then you'd have to drive up to Chestertown too.
Yeah, so it would have went through what? Glen Burnie? That's what it was saying?
Oh, that on that side, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sorry, my voice is still recovering from being sick.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. You should got your coat, your throat coated.
Yeah.
You should have been all right. But, I'm just saying, man, like, that's what you do. You throat your coat, you'll be good. Throat your coat. Coat your throat because that's what happens. You drink, like, you get, like, Pepto-Bismol or something like that, whatever you want to get. I don't care. You know what I mean? But still. Because I think one of the avenues was going to be through the around the naval area to Cambridge. There was like 19 different options they were going for.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand why they did 19 options when they went with the one they were going to go with in the first place. They still haven't built on it yet.
Because they want ideas to take people's money. I don't know.
Well, here's an idea. This is the Isle of Delmarva. Okay? The Isle of Delmarva. And that's what I'm going to call it from now on. I live on the Isle of Delmarva. That isle is I-S-L-E.
ISLE.
That's from now on. I will state that I live in the Isle of Delmarva, and we should start doing that from now on. I might even get shirts made of Isle of Delmarva. Because technically, we live on an island.
But now people are going to steal that idea and sell shirts.
Who says we ain't already on it?
You.
Well, I can do it right now. We can start working on it. But anyway, so, I mean, just a thought. I was sitting there thinking about it. We literally are an island. I mean, unless you attach the bridges and you classify bridges a way to stop the island. I mean, like Hawaii is an island. But Key West is an island. Isn't there like something that connects to Key West? Don't they have a road in Florida?
I'm sure they got multiple roads in Florida.
So they're islands, right?
I don't think they're considered islands.
What are they considered? I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm kind of confused by that. Like, I'm really, you know what? I think I'm born yesterday right now. I feel like I'm happy and I'm free and I can talk about whatever I want in my mind and like it's coming out wrong, but it's okay. Like, I'm fine with that.
They got a bridge that goes to it.
So is
They
it
got a road that goes to it.
okay?
It's over
But are Key West Islands?
Mhm.
So you know what? Isle of Delmarva, sold. Plain and simple. That's what we're going with. Isle of Delmarva. So from now on, I will request my followers and listeners of the John and Ron's podcast that you live on the Isle of Delmarva. That's from Middletown down to Virginia, over to Stevensville, all that stuff. Isle of Delmarva. I'm sold. 100%. I'm in. So, anyway, getting back to where we were, as you see, ADHD kicks in sometimes, and it goes for a lengthy amount of time, too, at that.
which is good.
Which is always good. It's always good to talk about things that, maybe someone didn't think about. Or someone's been like, why would we call it Peninsula when we're, you know what, maybe that's why. Come to think about that. What is the definition of body of water? Is the body of water like an ocean or a bay? Or is river a body of water? So, I mean, you know what this is called? This is called Educational Day.
Yes,
This
it
is what
is.
we're going to do. Educational Day today. Because it just came to my mind just thinking about it. And I'm surprised I thought of this. So, what is it saying?
A body of water is any significant accumulation of water on the surface of Earth or another planet. The term most often refers to oceans, seas, and lakes.
Mm.
But it includes smaller pools of water such as ponds, wetlands, or more rarely, puddles.
So, wait a minute.
A puddle is a body of water.
So if there's a puddle in the middle of my yard,
You have a
and
body of water.
I have a body of water in my yard.
If you put a moat around your house is an island.
It's an island, the island of the La Franz Lagas. There you go. So literally, I guess I'm right on this. I literally am because a river is class. Well, it didn't say river, did it?
It didn't say river.
Hold on. Well, you know what? Like, I feel a river is a body of water. Is a river a body of water? The first thing came up. A river is a ribbon like body of water that play. Sold. Win. I have won this. I don't know who was arguing with me, and no one was, but still I won. I won this one. 100% I'm in. 100% I'm in. I won this one. So from now on, the Isle of Delmarva, that's what we're going with.
Ron 1, Ron 0.
That's
You're
right.
arguing with yourself.
That's right. I'm arguing with myself. I won the battle. So, from now on, I will repeat myself. Welcome to the Ron Johns podcast from the shores of,
I thought it was the Isle of Delmarva.
the shores of the Isle of Delmarva.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because I'm gonna go get like a little shovel, and then I'm gonna pour a lot of water in it. So that's a body of water because it's a puddle. It's a puddle. It's a puddle. So yeah, so that's where we're at with this right now. So I'm gonna sit there and promote the Isle of Delmarva from now on, which I probably won't get much feedback, but that's fine. I'm fine with that, 100%.
Someone out there is going to agree.
So someone out there is
gonna
gonna be.
It's going to gain traction.
And if you agree, please hit us up on our Instagram, Facebook page, whatever. Let us know if you agree with me or if you disagree with me. Because you know what? This will cause great conversation, because actually that just came out of nowhere. Literally, I just want to let y'all know that. Like, it just hit my mind, like sitting there thinking about it, because I mean, I deliver. Well, my job is at the C&D Canal, all the way down to Pocomoke, almost, all the way over to the bridge, which, you know it yourself, that's all water there.
Mm.
So, like, I mean, it's just, let me just run with it. You know what I mean? Let's just run with it. So that's where I'm at with that. So, all Delmarva, we're sold on it. So anyway, let's get back to where we were going to actually go to. But I mean, we probably just burned about 25 minutes there easily. So, but as we were saying, we've done a lot of stuff's been going on the last 2 3 weeks with us. We've noticed that we're older. Our health is not the best anymore.
Mm.
Um, we're not eating great. We're smoking terribly, and we're drinking badly. We're looking at Marlboro, Malts, Lex, and Newports, a Mountain Dew, and Coke, Coca-Cola. Sponsor us. But
Sponsor.
but at the end of the day, they're just not good combinations. But that's where we're at. It fuels a fire, and as you can see, Mountain Dew makes me think about the Isle of Delmarva. So that's a good thing. Um, but all honest aside, like I said, health is good and bad. I think physically we're okay. We're moving on with it. We're battling certain things because we're older now. Which I guess that's how life goes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Mentally, um, I was having a little bit of trouble probably like the beginning of this week, but I got myself together. Sometimes you just need to just get away for like a couple hours, and I did, and kind of refresh myself. Literally, I have till April 11th, 12th. I have to take off 4 days.
For
Well,
what?
it's 5 days. So I have PTO days.
Oh,
And if you don't take them off, you lose
you
them.
lose them. Yep.
So last Friday, well, it was probably a Tuesday. My boss was like, "Yo, you got a couple days you need to burn." And I'm like, "Okay, well, let me see what I can do." And I was like, "Give me off Friday." Man, that was the best Friday I ever had. Oh my God, I didn't do a damn thing. I literally just walked around in the house in my boxers or stayed in the bed. That's what I did. I think, no, hold on, I rephrased that. I did go down to the store and got Captain Mountain Dew with me. I did get that. But other than that, that's all I did. And you know what? It was that helped out a lot too. Because I mean, like I said, I was so burnt, mentally. So much going on. You don't realize how much is going on until you kind of sit back and it hits you. You're like, wow, this. And you're like, how am I going to, dissect that? Um, but I'm good now. Like I feel I'm rejuvenated, 100%. I feel like I can run from here to the end of this table and then back, and I would not break a sweat.
You won't get
You know what I mean?
winded.
Not winded. It'll be long winded, but it'll be winded. Maybe not winded. I don't know. Maybe I will be winded. Who knows? I'm not trying though.
No,
I'm not doing that. No, no, no.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, that's gonna be rough. And the woodpecker left us, by the way. So our audience is gone, but someone's squeaking over there, some bird, but that's fine. Um, where was I at? So yeah, but overall, we're back to normal. We're gonna be doing these podcasts, just about every week. We're gonna get a shit together because we've been, slacking some. The thing is, like, we don't feel like the remote podcasts do better. We feel it's worse because you don't get to feel the other, person next to you. You feed off that person, like how they feel. You can see their reactions. You can see how they feel, like the vibe and stuff like that. And you don't even have to look at them to know where their vibe is. Like you can act like there's times when I'm talking, I can look at the face. I don't even have to look at his face, and it's just like, what the fuck are you talking about? When I'm on the phone, I have no clue. I'm just kind of like, he's still quiet, and I hear this, okay. So I know, like, he didn't great. But I can sit here and talk, and it's kind of like the interaction is sitting there, and you can feel it. Like you can feel what he's thinking, and that's very big for anybody into the podcast world or music. I mean, even when you're in a bar or like anywhere, as you meet people, like you get a vibe from them. You feel like oh, what a cool people, or like we'd get along. So, like, I'm glad that we're not going to try to do the remote podcasting anymore. That is something that I think was bad for us.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's got garbled. You're right. You couldn't tell much. Excuse me. And that's why we didn't do the podcast the last couple of weeks either.
Yeah,
Because,
it
well,
was rough.
yeah.
It's rough. I mean, and the thing is, like I said, there's so much going on back here, and like I'm telling you right now, like anybody want to volunteer and help, you're more than welcome to. We got a lot of research papers still left if you want to get down to it. But I mean, hey, I mean, there's people that like to help people, and I'm here to help people, to a point. Um, Still, whatever. If there's something you guys want to talk about, something you want to speak about, there's something's bothering you, something on your nerves, you can hit us up on the Instagram, the Facebook page, send us a message, and we'll talk about it. I mean, if you want to talk about just, us, just me and you, or, if you just want to like, well, I want to talk to Ron, or maybe I want to talk to John about something, we'll entertain you definitely. We'll definitely, help you as best we possibly can. We're not professionals, we will say that, but we do the best we can. We do have some hearts, even though, we talked about greed, but, we do have hearts among ourselves because, you know, if you listen to our first podcast, you know where we came from. You were part of what I would call a groundbreaking event for us because we would have never done it, and we would not continuously do it if we felt that we didn't have a purpose or a positivity factor going on towards people. It might be only for 45 minutes of your day, but that 45 minutes, we're hoping that you're smiling and laughing. We're hoping that you have this grin on your face, or, you're thinking, man, that Ron dude just talks too damn much, and John just don't talk at all. So I mean, it's kind of like piss in one hand, shit in the other. You get one or the other, and it's pretty bad sometimes. But overall, I think we've done a great job, even when we weren't on air for a little while,
Hmm.
and we come back to some normal. I mean, like today, like that was so out of there. Like that, all Delmarva just came out of nowhere. I did not see that coming at all, and that's my fault. I do apologize. I'm rambling on. Um, do you feel like that's something maybe we should start researching on?
The Isle of Delmarva.
See if it really is an isle.
We'll get a. No, you do it. You research it.
I got a lot of shit I've been researching the last couple like weeks, with this business. So I guess I'll put it off to the side. I'll put it off for a little bit. But I do think we should put it on a merch. I really believe so because we can actually do that, and I think we could probably trademark it. I think so. I don't care. Someone else trademark it, fine. I don't give a shit.
Somebody
I
do
mean,
it.
someone will do it. You know what I mean? If we won't do it, someone else will. But I mean, like, why not? Shit. We are at Isle Delmarva. So, like I say, I mean, anything you want to talk
Well,
about? Or?
yeah, we were speaking about earlier, so I want to see if anyone reaches out about the idea about rewatch type of segment into our podcast. Instead of doing one each, why don't we actually do one where like the last 10, 15 minutes is talking about an old movie that nobody likes because they read the Rotten Tomato score.
Well, I think that's a good idea, but I also worry that some people don't know what that is. I didn't know what that was at first for a while until like I was like, oh, so there's people out there like I don't know what 5, 10 people will sit there and score something.
I think it's a
movie.
lot more,
Okay, 12.
but it doesn't matter whether it's rotten. It's just movies that are considered the worst.
So you want to go with the worst movies?
Yeah, what is considered the worst? Not necessarily
By Rotten Tomato.
any.
So
'Cause
why?
there's
so
plenty
so
of
so how about this?
reviewers.
How about our listeners give us a movie they would like us to critique?
Critique, yes.
Quantique. I want Quantique. I don't like Quantique. I think that's racist. But
Oh yeah, Quantique isn't racist, right?
maybe. I don't know.
Anyway.
But give us the name of a movie, and we'll tell you what we think of it. 100%.
We'll both watch it, and
Yep. And I don't know if we'll watch it together, but if we do, there's popcorn and soda going to be there.
Definitely.
This is why I want one in our business. So I don't have to go anywhere. I can sit there, just pop it in there and be like, there we go. We're good. You know what I mean? Now you understand. Now you know where my critique. I was thinking about myself for a minute, okay? Okay, give me a benefit.
But you were
of the
just
doubt
saying
there.
how bad it is.
God damn, it hits right sometimes. It just hits perfect. I'm like, oh, it's better than water after. It's better than Gatorade after you run a marathon, which I've never ran a marathon, but still,
Yeah.
I might. I was trying. This morning I got out. Speaking of that, this morning I got out of bed, and it was like 6:40. So I'm walking to the bathroom, and I don't know what the fuck I did, man, but right above your knee, I don't know what. There's a muscle, I guess, right above your knee.
Hmm.
Your kneecap is. I stepped somehow, hurt that. My next step, I hurt my ankle, the same leg, and then I could feel this down here up top of the knee pulling at the ankle.
Hmm.
Let me tell you something. It sucks getting old. It really does. Like, I wish I was like a young, handsome man in my early 20s. Now I'm old and decrepit, gray hair, 47-year-old fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I hate it. I really do. But it's okay. I'm still living, so I guess I'm half the battle, right?
You're still alive. That's what matters.
Yeah, so definitely. I mean, we would like to hear from you guys. Like any movie. And if we don't hear anything from you, we'll just pick our own. Hell with it. We'll watch. I don't know.
I don't know what's considered bad at this time.
Silverado. I don't know.
I don't think that was considered bad.
Um,
Silverado.
so I don't know. I'm just throwing out something.
I thought you meant Desperado.
Same thing. You know what I mean?
Sure,
I guess.
sure.
I think there's a movie called. You know what?
I'm sure.
We
that-
got Google.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Silverado. I thought that was about a horse.
Yeah, and please don't pick a movie you think is a classic. I have a
Yes.
problem with the term classic.
1985 Silverado, a Western drama, 2 hours. Man, I am not watching a movie 2 hours and 13 minutes. Ain't happening. You get me sitting down for more than 25 minutes, you're doing something good. Can you think? Think about this. Me sitting here, and I'm talking, and how much, like, of a 40-minute span, if I'm talking for 40 minutes, how much of the time do I not move my hands?
0.
So all the time I'm usually moving my hands. So can you imagine me watching a movie going like this and like, blah, 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 start talking, and I'm like, what's going to happen? My hand's going to start moving. Then I'm going to start moving. Then I'm going to try to get up. And I'm like, shit, I got to sit back down. and
Yeah,
watch
but
this.
you love to critique stuff. So when you see something bad, even in a good movie, you're gonna want to say it.
Yeah, but I'm asinine about it sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
you like perfection. There's no doubt about it. I'm more.
It has nothing to do with liking perfection.
Well, no. But no, I'm just trying to. We're trying to talk about how you're a perfectionist, and how when I look at things, I'm just like, I don't fucking like it. You know what I mean? There's not
See,
like you're more willing to sit there and have an idea and build on it to make it better. I'm more of a person to sit there and be like, you know what? That sucks. I don't want nothing to do with it. You know what I
See,
mean?
but that's the thing. You don't just say that sucks. You gotta say that sucks, why it sucks, and why that sucks.
So it
It's-
sucks
you gotta-
because it was there. It blows. It don't need to be in that movie.
But
Plain
see,
and
this is
simple.
where you get to upgrade your critical thinking
Oh, I can actually use my
mind
my D level mind
Yeah,
to
yeah.
get to where I need to be in
to
the
make it a
critique.
C.
Oh, it'd be lucky to get the D plus. But I mean, the good thing is, like, so if anybody has any movie, and you know what, we'll even do TV shows. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, it'd be kind of harder, but you would have to do like a 3-lot or a season to be able to critique it
Yeah,
completely.
yeah.
But that would be like something we'd have to do for like maybe like a month ending. Like you got a month episode of the John and Ron podcast from the Isle of Delmarva, you know what I mean? And go from there, and we'll do it like for an hour and 10 minutes, and we'll critique for that. So definitely, just hit us up, Facebook, at Real Talk Eastern Shore, also on Instagram, Real Talk Eastern Shore,
Podbean.com
there's
/Real Talk ES. That'll take you to our website, which also has links to all our other podcasts.
Yeah, and I do that reminds me, while we're sitting there, I do want to apologize to all our what do they call them? fanatics, as in people that love listening to us. They have been since day one, or came along. We do apologize for the inconvenience of what was going on with what was it, Spotify
And Apple Podcast.
Apple Podcasts. We had, I guess, so maybe you can elaborate more on that. You know what I mean? 'Cause you know
Yeah.
more and more in it.
When we switched over to Podbean, Spotify created a second podcast as well as Apple Podcasts. But I was finally able to merge both. So it only shows one and everything stayed the same.
So if I went to Spotify at, what was this, before you corrected it,
Mm-hmm.
what would I have been sent to?
If you search Real Talk Eastern Shore, you'd get two options.
Okay.
One is the original from our old podcast. The second one, obviously, is from the newer one.
Gotcha.
So I had to actually contact the company so they can merge both and make sure that, the listener stayed, the analytics stayed. Same with Apple. You'd get two.
Mm-hmm.
One had the original, which only up to 19 episodes with the reviews and everything. The second one had up to 21 episodes with no reviews. So I had to make sure that, okay,
How do our
They
reviews
merged.
look?
the same as they did since
We have
last-
one review on it.
4 or 5,
Really?
3 or 4. I want
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Congrats. We were on 5-star?
so far.
You know what? Thank God we are people not so judging.
I
You know
know.
what I mean? Because I would have been like, we suck. You know what I mean? We're terrible.
Yeah.
Especially them guys from the Isle of Delmarva. So, as you see, I'm going to knock it home. I'm going to nail that into the car right there.
Yeah.
Isle of Delmarva. Now I'm wondering if that's even there. Hold on. Now it got me wondering
It got you wondering what?
if that's a real name.
The Isle of Delmarva.
Yeah. Ha! Look at this. Which is called a peninsula. Delmarva is technically an island sliced from the mid-Atlantic mainland by the north by the Chesapeake and Delaware Canal that allows water passage between Chesapeake and Delaware Bays. Delmarva is surrounded by the Atlantic Ocean to the east, with Chesapeake Bay to the south and west. I tell you, boys and kids and everything, I was right.
Yes.
Hallelujah! Winner, chicken, dinner. Yes, I was very loud there. I don't care because I was right. When you're right, it's okay to smack your back with your arm and break it. I'm cool with it. But
Too bad somebody found out before you.
I'm pretty sure too. I'm kind of upset by that. But I don't see no name on that, which is fine. Know where I'm going next week. Anyway, but since we're here, I think we'll probably wrap it up now.
Yeah.
Any more things? I mean,
Thursday, I received my actual machine that I'm supposed to be sleeping with this mask on. I got to buy some distilled water before I can use it. So I haven't used it yet.
that sounds rough.
Yeah.
So how does that work? Like, well, maybe not how does that work. So what if, you know what? I'll say that for the next episode. That's going to be a good conversation.
After I use it.
Yeah, after you use it, because we're going to have a nice little conversation about that, because I got a couple questions about that. Because I don't want to use questions now that you don't have a real good answer
Yeah.
for. But definitely, I it's going to be interesting, needless to say.
Mhm.
But, like anything, and like always, we had a great time today. The birds were chirping, and it's still actually nice outside. And I
Yeah.
got to admit that. Like, I was surprised how, I was worried there would be some wind, but there isn't. So, with everything, we do, appreciate your listening and be, one of your choices on your top 5, 10, 15, 20,000 podcasts is out there. There's millions of them.
Oh, yeah, there's millions.
So we do want to say, thank you. And, like it is what it is. And we do have haters, and we're still going. So, we're living life right as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
so-
we are.
So from me, Ron,
And me, John.
have a wonderful evening.
And have a good night.